All right, everyone, welcome back to Vic's Garage. I promised you there was a surprise coming, a grand reveal for another project. Project's not a term I really want to use with this car, but I told you there was something else coming. We're going to open this garage right now and do the reveal. So let's see what we've been hiding in here for the last, I don't know, October, November last year, almost 6 months. Let's open it up and just get on with this. So here's the new car in the Vic's Garage stable. As you can see, it's a 91 Firebird convertible Trans Am. After working on my project for a few years, the wife was feeling a little bit left out, was looking for something she could enjoy with the kids. She's always been a fan of Trans Ams and a fan of convertibles. She's got this big hair, so it works well for her. So we spent some time searching. We wanted to get something that was going to be pretty much turnkey with not a lot of work needed. And we found this thing, which is a bit of a gem with a pretty cool backstory. We're going to just walk around the car. We'll take a look at it. We'll see how clean it is. Show you a few of the things that it needs. We'll get into the backstory and yeah, go from there. So we'll start with a quick walk around here. It's all original paint. I checked it with the paint gauge and everything is pretty much uniform measurement around the whole car. No rust. Amazingly, it's got 55,000 original kilometers on it. So not driven very much. You can see the only thing could use a little bit of touch up, and it's hard to see in the sun. Right about here, there was like a small dent in the hood that was fixed. The previous owner was saying that one of their kids' bikes fell a bit on there, and a scratch there. But otherwise, the paint is pretty flawless. Move over to the interior here. Black leather interior. Pretty damn good for a car from 91. Leather's all in great shape, no cracks. A little bit of wear on the boosters, which they make the leather touch-up kits and stuff like that. You can work on. Trim, little crack right here. Something that we can fix. Get a new trim piece. You can still find those kicking around, so that's not a big deal. But you can see it's really, really clean. There you go. Super low mileage, 55,400. And wife's probably put about 100 kilometers on it since she started enjoying it this year. Let's take a look under the hood. You've got the Octopus twin port injection, 305. Super clean under here. The only issue is the air conditioner doesn't blow cold. I've seen a few videos where leaking at the joints, maybe the compressor, but not a rush to look into that because it's a convertible. Weather's beautiful. It's only going to be driven in the beautiful weather. So we'll tackle that at some point, just because I like to have things fixed and I don't like leaving things like that. But we'll get to that later. A few small things, because the car was sitting for so long. Things like hoses and stuff have started to maybe dry out a little bit. I think the lower rad hose has a small leak. If it's driven a lot, you'll see a couple drops come out afterwards. So things like that. I'll show you something else. Come around the trunk. Just see how everything is clean. Interior is spotless. No rust. Seals even around here. Surprisingly, these are all good. They haven't dried out. Top's good too. I'm not going to bother putting it up right now, but it looks great. So one of the few things that I know it needs besides the air conditioning fixed, which again, not a big deal. If they get under here, you'll see Excuse me, a little awkward, little car. Because the car's been sitting for so long, things like some of the rubber and stuff have dried out and cracked. So you can see here, the end links and the sway bar, the bushings have dried out, started to crack off. So this going to be replaced. I've ordered parts for this already. And I think this is what's going to be kind of like the normal trend for me in this car is just rubber bushings and stuff like that are going to be all worn out, right? So things like that. But if you look under here, you can see how clean this car is. And for a Canadian car, this is pretty rare to find a car in this condition. Clearly was never driven in the winter at all. Get under here, middle of the car, and you can eat off this floor. It is spotless, and this is what we wanted because as you've been watching the Charger videos, that car is a nightmare for a Canadian car, and I don't want another project. This is just something for the family to enjoy. The wife could take the kids out. So one of the things that really attracted us to this car, we were looking for a few different things. We actually checked out a really nice, I think it was 88 or 89 IROC that had like 70,000 K on it. That was just as clean as this one. But one of the things that attracted us to this was how rare the Firebird convertibles are for 91. I think it was only 550 or so off the top of my head. So it's not a very common car, and in this condition, it was pretty cool to find. This car also had a really cool backstory. So it was from Hearn Pontiac in 91. It was used at the Toronto Indy as one of the parade cars. Emerson Fittipaldi got to ride on it. Got a picture you'll see here. He's riding on the back. It was auctioned off or raffled off at the Indy. A gentleman won it, and tale as old as time, the wife told him he couldn't keep the car, so he traded it in for a minivan. And then the father of the lady we bought it off of bought this car basically brand new, and he had it until he gifted it to his daughter. So all these kilometers were all put on by the original owner essentially. So it's really cool because what we have essentially is a single owner car with a bit of a backstory to it. So what's the real plan for this car? Because it's so clean and it's on the rarer side, I mean, we don't want to do a whole lot to it. This is a car for basically my wife and my children to enjoy. They get to drive around in it, have fun. It's a great looking car. It's never going to be fast. It's a 305. We all know that's kind of a smog motor for the era, and it doesn't have a ton of flexibility, I guess you can say, to do stuff with it. And I don't want to like rip it out and do an LS swap because it's just such a cool car, the cool backstory, and it's really clean. So essentially what we're going to do is whatever we could just bolt on and keep the original parts, then that is stuff we will consider with this car. It's going to be kept as close to stock as possible. We'll do a few bolt-ons here and there. Maybe we'll do exhaust. I'm going to upgrade some of the suspension stuff. As you saw, I got to fix already some bushings and stuff like that. Maybe we'll upgrade brakes and things like that. It could be kind of a cool autocross car, maybe, if the wife wants to get into some sort of auto sports. But other than that, the plan is to keep this car as close to stock as possible. We got one big project on the go already. We don't need a second one. This is just for something that we can enjoy as a family for the time being until the other one is done. All right, so that's it for this one. As always, if you like it, hit the bell, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. And until the next one, see you then. Take it easy.